There are some songs that you've kind of abandoned the standard pop structure, and it's maybe just a couple of verses, or you really took some chances, both sonically and in terms of structure. But then what kind of all ties it together and makes it very you is obviously your voice. And now I particularly enjoyed your vocal performances, because you can really, like you say, it's raw, you can feel it. It's not like you haven't sung like this before. But what went into those vocal takes for you?
Well, that I'm sure Laurie Blundell, who I produced the record with, will be very happy to hear that. I mean, we were obsessed with the vocal sound, and we put a hell of a lot of time into the sound of the vocals and the performance of the vocal, the delivery of what I was doing. And I think the biggest thing was the microphone we discovered was this Sony C800, which is we first used one at one of the studios before the lockdown, and then became obsessed with the quality of it, because it's what Dre used to use in the 90s, and he used to go into, I think, either a 1073 preamp and then a sort of Avalon. I might be wrong about that, but it was he used a Sony C800 to make a lot of his records, and it became like the microphone to use, and they stopped making them. And so they're incredibly expensive, but they are brilliant. And I think what's interesting to me is that I became fascinated by them because if you listen to pop music today, and this is the person that really changed the game was Drake, Ovo, his producer, is that he, and I'm probably, you either know this or lots of people already who are watching this will know, but he completely changed the game in the sense that Drake's vocal just is so dominant and that's become the way pop records are made. It's the vocal. If you listen to a Justin Bieber record or most, a loud record, or a lot of these big American pop songs, the vocal is just so dominant. If you compare it to a 90s record, the vocal's 10 dB quieter. And so people will often artificially add brightness to the vocal tracks, that add loads of 10K, and they just boost it. And so you get this harshness, I find, in the vocal, which when you're listening on headphones, I find to be at times, not so much on the really big records, but on shitty pop records, to be quite unpleasant. But what's interesting about this microphone, this C800 microphone, is it has natural brightness, and it's incredibly bright. And so you literally record the vocal, and then after, there's no processing. You don't have to add any compression, any EQ, and it's remarkable. I mean, it's so really it's the most natural way to record a vocal and make it sound contemporary. And we became fascinated by that, to the point that I then spent fucking 15 grand on a bought one myself on a microphone. So yeah, they're really good. I recommend, but they're very rare. They're difficult to find. I had to get mine from Australia.
Okay. But at least you got a good mic for the foreseeing future, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.